Shalom, shalom. Sekal alal Yahweh, Ba'asham Yahushai, Ba'asham Rachak Wadash. Double honor to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Honor to the saints here, RKM out there. The fellow laborers as ourselves, pushing His word in all truth and sincerity. The hope for the elect. Say shalom. I'm back at you to do a quick video here, a quick lesson. Go through to a couple of precepts here. Just to exhort these brothers here who dealt with a situation on the highways and the byways spiritually. This is an perfect example for the younger brothers who coming into the faith. What they sign up for is this is the reality of things here. Because you may lose your life on the corners and the highways and the byways, preaching this word. And it's nothing to be fearful of, but this is what they sign up for. This is the reality. This is what they sign up for. Because case example, our elder brother who actually taught us this truth from Trinidad, he was stabbed doing this work on the highways and the byways. He was stabbed in front of our eyes, from I said Jake self. So these tutors of our people who are actually coming up against us. We come in the name of Yahweh Ba'asham Yahushai, but this is a prime example of dealing with situations spiritually. And there's nothing to be fearful out for the younger brothers who now coming into the faith. We have to put that trust and that faith in Yahweh Ba'asham Yahushai to protect us, on the highways and the byways. But without further ado, let me prepare the video and we'll get into some precepts here. As you can see, brothers, he actually stepping on the signs. He actually stepped in on the signs. And this is what we can't stand with Jakes. These Jakes out here think that we are the enemy. If the brothers who doing the work out there had shirt and tie and preaching in a name other than Yahweh Ba'asham Yahushai, that demon would not be there right now. That spirit would not be there right now. But I just to show you that this is all spiritual, and that is that we are in the truth. Because even Yahushai warned us about this. But let me play a piece of the video again and we'll get into some scriptures.
Brother, you can't step on his side. I'm telling you, don't get used to this fellow. You get to know the face. Why don't you push me? Why don't you push me? Do not push me. Do I can't do anybody? Do I can't time don't step on his
Can and I hear what the brother say? If he is Israel, why are you getting in our face to your own brother? Because we are actually out there, we actually showing you what you two-thirds love. We are not all the enemy. But the white man giving all the poison each and every single day and all they have nothing to say about that. And what these demons, Israel, this is it here. This is the reality of things here. This is how the Israelite brothers see each other. Because we under curses. But he don't even know that he's actually doing evil. And he's rewarding evil unto himself. Because I just always say here in Trinidad, Jake is only bad for their own. Jake is only evil towards their own. But the real enemies, they won't even consider who are the real enemies. Why we are in the state. Because the brothers they are doing pushing on the word. And these Jakes come to match the sign and walk up on the signs. Anybody face, don't I tell you, your own brother,
Adhere to your own brother. Adhere to your own brother. Don't touch me. Well, your brother, you gotta step off the sign, brother.
You see? And violating the brothers' rights. Because here the brothers are in their own space. You know? A matter of fact, let's get into the scriptures. And first scripture come to mind is Ezekiel. Ezekiel chapter 3, verse 7. This is Ezekiel chapter 3, verse 7, straight to the point. He said, "But the house of Israel will not hearken unto me, for they will not hearken unto me, for all the house of Israel are impudent and hard-hearted." You know, and that is an example right there. You know, the hard-hearted. You know, he said, "Behold, I have made thy face strong against their faces," and these are the brothers standing up. These are the brothers standing up stiffly for Yahweh Ba'asham Yahushai. You know, "Behold, I have made thy face strong against their faces, and their forehead strong against their foreheads." You know, so no matter what evil they actually come up against and try to fight us or try to kill us on the corners, you know, we shall not be moved then, because we come in the spirit and power of Yahweh Ba'asham Yahushai at the end of the day. And we are not fearful of you tutors out there, because we know our rock, we know our salvation, we know who we serve. Ezekiel chapter 3 verse 8, he said, "Behold, I have made thy face strong against their faces, and their forehead strong against their foreheads." You know, "As an adamant harder than flint have I made their forehead. Fear them not, neither be dismayed at their looks." So no matter how tough he may be look, you know, as we say down here in the islands, how he look grimy, or you know, he looks shady, no matter how they look, or no matter how they talk, or their speech, we shall not fear. We shall not fear. He said, "Neither be dismayed at their looks, though they be a rebellious house." Though they be rebellious house, you know. So you know, when I watch back the video,
brother, adhere to your own brother. Adhere to your own brother. Don't touch me. Well, your brother, you gotta step off the sign, brother. Don't touch me.
You know, and this is Jake. This is an example of Jake attitude today. You know, but it's all spiritual. You know, so that's why we say, "Call halal Yahweh Ba'asham Yahushai," because we see into these Jakes. This is all Jakes are. This is the level that Jakes is, and Jakes at right now. You know. But as the brothers were saying in the video, if it was the so-called white man, he would not do that. He would have know his place like a perfect slave. You know, these Jakes out here as perfect slaves out here. You know, coming up against the men of the Most High Yahweh Ba'asham Yahushai. You know, but they shall be surely put to death. You know, they shall be surely put to death. You know. This is Ecclesiastes chapter 8 verse 11, and this is what we bring on this time and time on the streets. It says Ecclesiastes chapter 8 verse 11, he said, "Because sentence against an evil work is not executed speedily, therefore the heart of the sons of men is fully set in them to do evil." You know, and he don't even understand his evil that he doing. You know, because the sentence against an evil work is not executed speedily, but he is rewarding evil upon himself. And that is how the Heavenly Father work. The Heavenly Father work. You know, he's a righteous power. He's a righteous God. You know, and your evil shall come upon you when a time when they least expect it to. But this is what we have to go through. This is what we sign up for. You know, against Israel, the rebellious house. The rebellious house of Israel. Hard-hearted. You know? And the Yahushai actually warned us about this. Yahweh Shai actually spoke about this, you know. This is Matthew chapter 10 verse 16, and this is Yahweh Shai actually warning us. You know, he warned the disciples, and well, and spiritually he's actually warning us today. You know, Matthew chapter 10 verse 16, he said, "Behold, I send you forth as sheep in the midst of wolves." As sheep in the midst of wolves. "Be ye therefore wise as serpents and harmless as doves." And that's what the brothers was doing. The brothers was actually being harmless as doves. And we're not saying that they will go outside there and actually, you know, make somebody violate you without defending yourself. You know, you have to be wise out there. I say be wise as serpents. As serpents at the end of the day, you know, as serpents wise. But when push comes to shove, you know, we have to defend ourselves. We shall defend ourselves. But we are not out here to look for no fight, and we are not out here, you know, to actually cause chaos among our people. We are only actually out there to speak the word of the Heavenly Father, Yahweh Basham Yahushai, because that is what offended them at the end of the day, you know. It's not we, it's not us. Because if the brothers and them was not speaking this word and just walking the street like normal, you know, it wouldn't have no problem. But it's the fact that the brothers actually preaching this word and coming in the name of Yahweh Basham Yahushai is a problem. It's a problem for you two-thirds. You know, so the younger brothers all have to understand what all they're in. You know, this is a perfect example. You know, always keep spiritual as the brothers did keep spiritual. I read it again, Matthew chapter 10 verse 16. "Behold, I send you forth as sheep in the midst of wolves. Be ye therefore wise as serpents and harmless as doves." And now what the brothers was doing were being harmless as doves, and they know, and they was actually protecting themselves at the same time. You know, but you two-thirds, a day shall be coming that you two-thirds will pay for everything that you done against the men of the Most High Yahweh Basham Yahushai. You know, and this is why you all hate us so much, because of the word. It's not in us and ourselves, because you do not know us personally. Half of you two-thirds over there, but majority of the two-thirds over there do not know any man of the Most High personally. But it's what we saying. It's what we say and what we speak. You all get offensive for it. This is John chapter 17 verse 14. He say, "I have given them thy word, and the world had hated them." So you all hate us because we have the word of the Heavenly Father. Because they are not of the world, even I am not of the word. How the Most High said his word is. This is Hebrews chapter 4 verse 12. It says, "For the word of the Most High is quick and powerful and sharper than any two-edged sword, piercing even to the dividing asunder of soul and spirit, and the joints and the marrow, and is a discerner of the thoughts and the intent of the heart." So that is why you are being offended out there. That is why, you know, that is why, you know, it comes like this.
Adhere to your own brother. Adhere to your own
Comes like this. Comes up.
Brethren, don't touch me. Get off my face. I'm finding something in my Bible. Don't touch me. You gotta step up.
You see? All in the brothers' faces. All in the brothers' faces. But if it was Esau preaching that Christianity doctrine on the corner, you know, these jakes have no problem with that. You know? But I say I really don't want to make this video too long. You know, it have plenty of precepts the brothers could actually, you know, follow up on. But the point has been made that for the younger brothers, you know, this is what we have to come up against. And it will only increase worse and worse, because, you know, the two-thirds will actually fight more for this system, to hold up this system. You know? But hats off to the brothers who actually kept it spiritual, you know. So with that, this is Shalom.